Okay, let's get it on. Hey everybody, welcome back to tonight's meeting. Today, we're gonna do something... Sorry, did I say today? I meant tonight. Big difference, right? We're gonna do something pretty different than the norm, actually. We're gonna play, This is too loud, I really can't tell. I need to hear myself. This is too loud, I really can't tell. I need to hear myself. It's getting lowered. I really can't tell. I need to It's getting lowered. It's getting lowered. Play the sax, please. Jean. Got our lag out the way. Billie Jean. My encoding is overloaded. Brother, I'm doing nothing to encode my overload. But I know why it's overloaded. It's because of my computer. I wonder why it does that. Is it getting like too hot and then the fan's like destroying the motherboard? Wouldn't that be a funny funny image? Anyways, tonight the saxophone's crazy. We're playing what's it called? The Root Trees Are Dead. It's like a detective game. We're gonna see if I like it or not. If not, then I don't. And if I do, then I do. Wow. Isn't that amazing how new experiences work? I'm also doing like the face cam has devolved, right? I used to do face cam, then I had the image face cam, and now there's just like nothing. I'm gonna do nothing. We're gonna try out nothing, because I just, you know, you should, let's be honest, what value is that face adding? What value is my face adding? When you look at, I think unless, right? If anyone asks about this, I'm just gonna have the same conversation again. But if anyone asks, like, you know, what value is like a face cam bringing to like a stream that's not like a react, haha, funny, whatever stream, right? Like, it's just like a guy's face. It's like, he's like deadpan looking at the screen. It's like I'm playing Roblox. But I can't believe Twitch has a Roblox category. Isn't that like incredible? Like, I know why. Like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like, we as a society have come so far, haven't we? You game, please. I pressed you twice and are you gonna crash on me immediately? You know how insane that would be if you crashed on me like immediately? By the way, they did not do this girl in the center of the newspaper any justice, I have to say. Did I just like crash the game immediately? Oh brother, well, we'll find out. Wait, Pennsylvania? I know Pennsylvania. It's quite a place, if I have to say so myself. Am I gonna have to Alt F4 this? I think I do. I think I waited too long. Oh yeah, I have to Alt F4 this, don't I? Ooh, brother. Alright. Root Trees, you're out. You ain't coming back unless you can prove otherwise. I need my task manager. Task manager, please save me. Which one are you? You are... What would you call yourself? If I was this game... Oh, never mind. It did of its own volition. That was banking my, what was it, my CPU? Well, something was at like 100%, my memory. That was like a Bitcoin miner. For all I know, this could be a Bitcoin miner, and that would be actually pretty darn funny. Unfortunately, it's not. Because isn't that Godot? Like that little robot on the computer? I feel like it was. Alright, yeah, don't play a sax. I'm so sick of the sax. I'm not gonna lie. New game me. Root Trees Are Dead, the mystery begins here. Was this game the one that said don't... I saw like a review on some... I was looking through like a variety of games, and one of them said don't use slot 1. Either way, if it's not, it's just good practice to not use slot 1, you know? You never know when you need slot 1 for something important. Don't crash on me, please. Please turn on the lights. What are you, some kind of gamer?
The plane that crashed last night just outside of Pittsburgh is now known to have been the private jet of the Root Tree Corporation. Local aviation authorities have speculated, based on the pilot's final communication, that the winter storm and heavy winds played a significant role in the crash. On board were multiple family members, including corporate president Carl Root Tree and his daughters, the Root Tree sisters, best known for their fashion lines and modeling careers.
Models?
There were no survivors.
Those three? I'm so sorry.
Again, for those of you just joining us,
those are like young. Those are like
dead.
She looked like she was 12. You do not make a 12-year-old a model. Yes, you do. You make a 6-year-old a model, and everyone eats it up. You probably shouldn't. Like, you know.
I know it's late, but I'm guessing you've seen the news. In addition to dealing with the grief, the Root Tree Company's lawyers are scrambling.
Yeah.
Everything's about to change. Anyone proven to be a blood relative is about to get much richer. I'm here to ensure everyone is accounted for. I've heard you're an expert at sorting out complicated family trees.
Genealogy genie.
As it were.
What a title.
I'm going to give you a quick test. Pass, and I can promise you the job of a lifetime.
A job? I need a job. Complete the family tree of the Root Tree sisters. Okay. You don't have any portraits available to add to get started. I'm so scared that this sax is gonna like blow out like my ears at some point. It's already like verging on like this point of loudness that like I cannot. I'm looking at this green box, man. To get started, click on your faces on your evidence tab. What's my evidence tab? This. Okay, got milk picture. The person who hired you gave you this photo. This was taken during the shoot for the Root Tree Sisters Got Milk ad. I've tracked down a test photo from before they painted the fake mustaches on which I thought would be more appropriate considering the situation. The ad copy reads, you might recognize our faces from the magazine you're reading, or you might recognize our name from the candy bar you're eating. Being a root tree is a full-time job, but so is growing up. That's why the calcium found in milk is so important. Plus, you can't make chocolate without it, so you're telling me these girls were part of Big Milk? Oh, brother, I don't know if this is going against my ethics or not. This list was provided to you by a mysterious person. You'll need it to fill in the family tree. Jeez Louise. There's a lot of root trees. Who is this name? Look at this one. Root Tree Miracle Third? Who is this, like a dog? Are you naming your pet that? If it's like a pet, it's like interesting, but sure. But like, if son or daughter, you named them Miracle Third, Miracle, Miracle Junior, Miracle the Third. Imagine being named Miracle the Third. You're like the third miracle. It's like God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. It's too much. Anyhow, I mean, I can just put any of these sisters down, right? Doesn't matter. You, sister 1, sister 2, sister 3. So, oh, and birth order as well. Okay, well, yikes. Search the internet for clues. Fill in names. Fill in occupations. What do we have here? So we have names. So we could just try doing random names, but that might take forever. Root Tree Sisters. Okay. I mean, you know, if they're sisters, they're all gonna have the last name Root Tree, if you can believe it. I mean, you know, if, there's like a good number of names here it could be. But, you know, if it's the famous Root Tree Sisters, we can probably just search it up, right? Is this how this works? Welcome.text. Welcome to Information Superhighway. One way to put it, yeah? Thanks for purchasing a new Cashew PC. Your PC is equipped with a 56K modem, which is fast enough to access any site on the World Wide Web. Thank God for that. I can search up porn. I'm wicked quick now. Even those of high resolution images. If you find anything interesting, be sure to print it out if you're included. How much did I pay for this? High-end color laser printer, or burn a music CD to listen to later. If you want to revisit a search result, be sure to use Netscape's Explorer new history feature. Wow, this is the olden days of 1988. Sorry, 1998. We just got history. And remember, cashew PCs are delicious, and don't eat it. Wow. You know what they say, if they have to make a warning... Jeez Louise. Okay. If they have to make a warning, somebody's tried to do it. This dial-up modem of mine is crazy. Any faster now, yeah? Alright, root. Great typing noises. I know I asked for it, but wow. Root trees. Did I spell that right? Root Tree Sisters. Search it up. There are a lot of obituaries that focus on the Root Tree Sisters' modeling careers. You come across an unofficial Root Tree fan site seemingly curated by a teenager. It's neon pink with purple text and hard to read until you highlight the words. Reina. Do I have a notepad that I can use? I kind of need this. Welcome to your notepad. On each page, other than this one, you can jot down important information such as names, family relationships, marital status. You know, I called that marital status. Wait, is it marital? Wait, have I been calling it Marshall? Or wait, no, the right way is definitely marital or something, right? I don't know how to say it. I've been calling it Marshall. I'll keep calling it Marshall. Family relationships, marital status, sibling count, or anything else you like to remember. Page titles can be renamed. This is just Microsoft Notes. They're saved even if you quit the game. Thank goodness for that. Siblings, people that share the same parents. Cousins, people that share... Actually, I don't think I know this, so this might be a good read for like my real life knowledge. Cousins are people that share the same grandparents, but not the same parents. Okay, I knew that. Second cousins, sometimes referred to as distant cousins, are people that share the same great-grandparents, but not the same grandparents. I think all my great-grandparents are dead. I mean, like, 3/4 of my grandparents are actually just like already dead. A lot of my family is dead. Third cousins could also be referred to as distant cousins, just to not confuse anyone. People that share the same great-great-grandparents, but not the same great-grandparents. American school terms. K-12 stands for kindergarten through 12th grade. This includes all schooling from ages 5 to 18. Really? Was I in 5 when I was in kindergarten? I feel like I was 4. Was I 18 when I was in 12th grade? I mean, I earned my driver's license sometime in high school, so I guess I'll believe it. Yeah, I was definitely 18 in 12th grade. Are you kidding me? Schools produce yearbooks, which are albums of stage photos of the students, typically with solid color or cloudy backgrounds. What are you talking about? Cloudy backgrounds? Nobody has ever done that. All right, let's. Can I rename this? Thank you. Rudy Tootie's sisters. My typing is impeccable. Okay. Names. Can I have a no? That's not what. Let me edit that, please. Can I alt enter? Can I press enter on this? Shift enter? Oh, shift enter. Okay, sure. Names. Reina. I'm gonna have to get you. I'm gonna press enter too many times. It's gonna annoy the piss out of me. Reina. Reina's the most famous because she's the oldest and got married to TMS, whoever that is. But Riley is the smart one. Rose is a middle child, like me. Yeah, trying to be relatable. You freak. Don't you know that no one on the internet's genuine and real? Don't try to trick me. Riley and stop it. Shift enter. I'm so used to alt enter because alt enter I think is well, actually, what did I use alt enter? I think Teams uses shift enter as well for the what's it called? Like if you're trying to go down a line, I think it is shift enter. Dude, Teams freaks me out when you have to like if you're trying to make a list, you know, and you have to like press, you know, I mean like enter in some like line breaks, because like it's like a little guessing game between it's like for a split second I forget if it's like enter, shift enter, or alt enter, and then like if you press the wrong enter then you send like an unfinished message. It's like apologies, and you have to edit the message. It's like, damn, what an aura loss at work that is. Even though I'm definitely losing aura for different reasons. All right, there's the names. You might think they are rich because they are models, but their dad is also the president of the candy company, and their mom, Brenda, is a fashion designer. Jeez Louise, put some punctuation in there, pal. They do the modeling for her brand Root. Yeah, so they are rich just because they are models. And nepotism. I eat Root Tree candy all the time. My favorite is Maple Crisp, and try to dress in plaid Root. Clothes like Riley does in most of the posters. How old are you? Someday I want to get my ears pierced like Rose. The website's author continues to talk about her own life and what she likes about the Root fashion lines, but none of it is relevant. Well, I'm glad that I magically determined that one. Alright, let's get some details about each one of these. So Reina, anything about Reina? So Reina got married to TMS. Shift enter, I'm getting used to it now. Married to TMS. Whoever that is. I always remember when you take notes to add in your personal thoughts, that won't clog up everything when you need to review it. Riley's smart, who cares? Rose's middle child. Let's get a... Can I get a new note, please? Riley? It's just... I don't think we have anything about Riley yet, but let's just get this going. Rose, but what a unique name. You would think they'd name it like a Rose, like R-O-S-E. But no, they wouldn't have the whole R-H thing, huh? You can tell who was the first child. It's Reina, because like spelling Reina like that is kind of weird still, but you know, it's like entirely plausible. And then Rose came next, and you know, initially there was like, let's name our second child Rose if she's a girl, right? And then it's like, let's keep up this RH naming scheme. It's like, oh, look at Rose, and then Riley is like, what a tragedy being called Riley is. Not like, you know, a traditional Riley, but R-H-I. I feel like actually, is Riley like a real name? Like R-H-I-L-E-Y? Is that possible? I'm saying, is that possible? Like, I can't like do that right now if I conceived a kid on the spot right here, right now. But I'm saying, you know, like, is there like someone out there with the name? I'm sure there is. Elon Musk named his kid like AX billion, and someone named their kid like Link from Zelda, and not like Link, you know, from Zelda. They named their entire kid Link from Zelda. Could you imagine being named Link from Zelda? Imagine your name being a reference. Middle child. Okay, Root Tree Sisters. I should probably rename this so I actually know what it is when I see, like, instead of Rudy Tooties, Root Sisters. I hate to do it to you. R sisters. Let's make this a Reddit forum. r/sisters parents. Okay, well I can't even see it. That's good. Anyways, r/sister parents. Did I steal this note? I did steal this note. Well, that's too bad. Rose. I see how it works. So you really need to like slam it down before you can move to a different page. Middle child. Okay, perfect. Parents. Brenda is the mother, and she's also fashion designer for brand Roots, in all caps. Is that it? Root Tree Candy, and then dad is the president of the Root Tree Candy Company or whatever. So who's your dad? Let's just put in a placeholder name for now. You are the father. Why? I can't be the father. I can't pay child support. And then they storm out of the stage. I never watched that show, honestly. Wasn't there a show that's like the whole premise is that it's just like finding out who's like the real parents are? Like, you're the mother and you are the father. And like if they weren't the father, then like the real father would come out of hiding. It's like, you cheated on me. What a hell of a show, isn't it? That's a crazy show. President of Root Tree. I think it's just Root Tree. It's just like, yeah, it's just Root Tree brand. It's just Root Tree Candy all the time. Root Tree Candy. Okay. Do I really need to note down that Rose has pierced ears? I mean, it might come in handy, right? I guess I might as well. Rose, middle child. Ears pierced. Riley, it says that clothes like Riley does. I mean, I guess I could. Is it really relevant to note down that she wears some plaid? Okay, that's about everything I can get from here. That's like kind of relevant-ish, I guess. Honestly, I have nothing for Riley, so we might as well just add in like this little fun tidbit fact, right? Dresses in plaid and does posters a lot. Okay, what did I need to solve to get my job? I need my job. Okay, so ears pierced. Well, there's an easy one. So ears pierced, you are going to be, who's ears pierced? Rose? Give me a Rose, please. What? Oh, don't tell me that's their fake names. That's actually really possible, isn't it? Wait, no, that's Riley right there. Did I just spell it wrong? Root Tree Riley? Did I spell Rose wrong? Was it actually spelled right? R-H-R Hose. It could, I mean, she's, this teenager who's writing this is not exactly, you know, not exactly sticking to grammar, so maybe we just need to search this up. Okay, is recommended to search for only one person or concept at a time. Okay, well, admittedly, I did just search for like Rose. There's like a bajillion Roses in the world, isn't there? Root Tree me, please. Rose Root Tree is not as popular as her older sister Raina, that's how you spell it, but still very well known. Most of the time, they're lumped together as the Root Tree sisters. Unfortunately, the results for Rose by herself don't lead to anything different than when searching for the sisters together. Wow, she is the third fiddle, not even the second fiddle. She is a third clavicle. That doesn't make sense because that wasn't an instrument. I was going for something. Third xylophone? You get the idea. I can't think of an instrument right now. There's too many string instruments. Third cello for all I care. Imagine being a third cello. I was first cello. I wasn't even a cello. I played trombone. Now you know too much about me. It's on the internet now, huh? Okay. Doing a deeper dive on what you learn about them will awesomely. A good research tip is to make note of any brand names, books, product lines, or magazines. Rose Root Tree. Is this not her name? R-H-O-E. Is there really no Rose Root Tree? Is it like just that much of like a... This saxophone kills, I'm not gonna lie. I need to actually like... This saxophone. I'm so sorry, this saxophone has gotta go. And then in return, we can up the volume a little bit on OBS. Okay. There we go. Now it's not a saxophone blaring in my ears. Okay. Is there really no rows? I spell it a different way. How many root trees are there? Root tree. Jeez Louise. And there's no Rose. There's Raina Riley. But Rose is like a, I guess like a pseudonym or something. 'Cause she ain't in here. Apparently. I feel like it's more likely that I'm missing out, but otherwise it's gonna be kind of hard to tell who the rest of them are. I mean, dresses and played. I don't. My problem is that I don't know what. Wait a second. I don't know what. Hold on. Dresses and played. I don't know what played is. Can I not lie? I mean, I'm gonna guess that middle child over here. It's like a plaid jacket. It's like the square pattern, right? So let's imagine that's what's. So you're played. Who's played? I'm played. I'm playing this game. Played is Riley. All right, let's say you're Riley for now. And then middle one's Rose. Also, I have to do it in birth order. I need to get that. Well, we know that Rose is the middle. Did this say? Hold on. Give me my history again. Let me see my search history. Reina is the oldest. I should have put that down. That was very important, and I can't believe I missed that one. It did ask me for the order. Oldest. And Rose would be middle, right? Rose is a middle child like me, so Riley is the youngest. Youngest, okay. We can put these in order now. Can I move this? I kind of need like, yeah, there we go. I could use a little more space. No? Okay, well, whatever. Oh, there we go. This is good enough. So Rose is the middle. She has her ear pierced and is in birth order, oldest to youngest. Riley is the oldest. Okay. So we want to put you here. Okay, perfect. So Riley is this. We're going to switch this around. Riley, you are going to be Reina, and then we need to figure out Rose's real name. It's a good thing they didn't actually give her the name Rose, because that would have been insane, wouldn't it? Go on other occupations. Yeah, so let's find out anything about Rose. Does this say anything about Rose? They do the modeling for her brand of roots. So what, root? I mean, it's probably a good idea just to find out about roots. Can I just search this up, or will this just give me like a tree? For example, the clothing company root always has a period after it, even if it's not at the end of a sentence. Although searches are not case sensitive, if you're searching for something specific, you should keep an eye on how it's spelled and punctuation. All right, so if I literally just put a period here, will it work? Is a clothing company. They make clothes for children from toddlers to teenagers. Although their website's down due to increased web traffic because they all died or something. Root seems pretty important. I mean, they're rich because of Root, man, like the candy company, right? And I mean, let's just put companies. Let's just lump it together. Root period. Clothing company for, I don't know, babies to teenagers. Countless retail sites attempting to advertise their clothes towards the target audience. One of them has this to say: "You've spied the Root Tree sisters looking hella fly on catalogs, magazines, and posters. Now you too can be like Riley, Rose, or Reina." You also come across a website from a collector of clothing catalogs. Root has released 2 catalogs per year. 2 catalogs per year, every year since 1984. And that Reina appeared on almost all of them. Does that line up? Was Reina the one who was showing up a lot? Reina, no. Okay, so Reina appeared on almost all Root catalogs. Don't know if that's relevant. There's only one that the webmaster considers a collector's item enough to mention. Seems that Brenda Roottree sister's mother and Root's head designer. Yes, Daddy likes. We know this. Well, let's just make sure we know it's head. I mean, I guess it's a pretty big difference, right? You can just be an employee fashion designer, or you can be a head fashion designer. Appeared on the one cover holding her daughter Rose in 1985. Like, okay, I need to figure out Rose's real name, so maybe that will give me something. Oh, there we go. The site says this was the only time her daughter was ever listed with her birth name, Carly Roottree. Okay. Rose, your real name is in fact not Rose. Thank goodness. You should be so happy in heaven or hell, wherever you are. Real name equals, double equals, Carly Roottree. Okay. I want to see if I can find this image actually. Can I open a new tab? Or am I stuck here? I guess I'm stuck on this site. Let's just write this. I mean, if I'm just gonna find it, it won't matter, right? But we might as well write it down. Appeared on what was this? Oh, freaking catalog cover. Catalog cover holding Rose. We're just gonna stick to Rose. I don't know if we're gonna really need Carly. And if I need Carly, we can just go back to the Root sisters. Is this like the joke, like, you know, like the root? So like it's the like a root system. So like, you know, she needs to go. This bit isn't working out. In 1985. Okay. Let me see if I can find this image. We don't really need to right now, but roots period catalog cover 1985. Okay, I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, now we know the name though. Rose's real name is in fact Carly, so if you could give me that. What a name. I guess there's a reason they named you Rose in the end. It's just to keep it with the RH, huh? Now we need to find out your occupation though. Okay, I mean, your like, do I have like a, can I write anything? I mean, you were all, what was it? You were all models, or what did the teenager call it? You might think they are rich because they are models. Let's just call them all models. Let's see what happens. I mean, they are all models, right? Like, is that wrong? Am I wrong? Don't know about that. Oh, well done. Yippee, go me. I'm so good. 50 blood relatives, huh? All right, well, these are locked down. You've also locked the following optional entries. None. Booyah! What a booyah moment. What am I, Teen Titan?
Sorry to test you, but I had to be sure you could use the internet. Some folks refuse to get with the times. Safe to say, you're hired.
When was the internet even invented? Was it 1985? No way. If it was 1980, if it was invented in 1985, our dial-up would be
the reward for
tragically bad.
The family tree is substantial, life-changing even. But here's the catch.
I'm coming down for fever.
The root trees go way, way back.
Okay.
The family tree's a bit daunting. Most people freak out the first time they see the whole thing, but I'm sure you'll be fine.
I'm glad you have such faith that I can use the internet to search up 3 heavily popular girls' names. Although looking at my poster over here of like on the left side of there's like the 15 kings of Britain and England, I think I will be fine.
It was particular about whom he considered family. For your purposes, you only need his direct blood relatives.
Well, thank God for that.
Anyone related only by marriage is optional, but filling them in can lead to useful discoveries. Lastly, you now have access to some unique websites, plus a list of notable root trees.
Notable root trees,
Notable
huh?
people are easy to find via your search engine, and marked with stars on the family tree.
Okay, that's probably just a good starting point then.
I'm off for now. Carl Roottree had a lot in his office. I'll look for anything useful. I'll return once you identify 6 more blood relatives.
Okay, don't let the door hit you on the way out. Holy moly, this corkboard's crazy. What, you're back already?
Sorry, one last thing. This might sound odd, but if anyone else claiming to represent the Rootttrees reaches out, I'd appreciate you not mentioning I was here. Thank you, and good luck.
You did not provide me any incentive to not mention you, I'm not gonna lie. I'm saying your name the first chance I get, Mrs. Dark Shadow in the background. Oh man. Roottree Candy Company. Well, Roottree Candy Company I can probably do. Okay. 3 out of 9. Every time you get 3 additional blood relatives in the family tree completely correct, they will be locked in. How kind. All non-blood relatives and small portraits are optional, but placing them in the tree will help remove extra names and photos. Okay, very good. Oh man, we got a lot to work with. Top secret. You can open this after the whole family tree has been filled in. It has 2 names that must be typed in manually. The clues are obscure, have been intentionally hidden in the past, and may even require some leaps in logic. Try to keep an eye out for any inconsistencies. Okay. My notes saved? Perfect. Okay. What is my evidence that I got for free? First off, story so far, Root Tree's sisters and their parents died in a plane crash. Okay, it's just literally what's going on in the game. Perfect. 5 pieces. The Root Tree's candy. This is an advertisement for the 5 pieces, like 4 kids. Wait, was I thinking of 4chan? What's like the cartoon, not Cartoon Network, but what's like the network that like hosted like the One Piece dub? Was that 4 kids? Probably was 4 kids. 5 pieces aimed at kids from the magazine Teen Blast. Mentioned that 5 pieces were named as such because the original creator had 5 children. Okay. I mean, there were 2 founders of the candy company, so maybe it's not the father who had the 3 sisters. Or it could be the father who had 2 more kids. The ad also mentions that the current 5 flavors are not the same as back then. Radical new flavors because it's no longer the 1920s. Yep, it's the 1980s, which doesn't really make a whole lot of difference when you're living in 2026. So strawberry, cool chocolate, bad blue raspberry, awesome apple, and power plum. What even is an elderberry? So I guess they still had an elderberry. Honestly, elderberry, I feel like I had that thing once, but it was like fantastic, you know? Maybe it was like an ice cream. There's 5 flavors because the original inventor had 5 kids. Maybe that's why the kids still love them. What does that even mean? And the notable root trees. This is a list of notable root trees. And we can just easily look them up. Any entry in the family tree that belongs to... Okay, yeah, gotcha. Carl... I mean, I guess we could start writing these down, right? Search periodicals? Jeez Louise, periodicals, my beloved. Okay, I mean, I would like to find out more. I mean, we seem to have a decent amount of info right now on the candy company. So I think our best bet is maybe to... Oh, they just give me the names. Elias and Gwyneth. That's very kind of it, isn't it? Elias and Gwyneth, were they part of a pair? Yeah, Elias and Gwyneth Root Tree. Wait. What? Are they like a couple? Okay, yeah. I understand. Thank you. Thank you for telling me that. Because one, like the father is the founder of the candy company, but saying Elias and Gwyneth Root Tree makes it sound like maybe they're siblings. Okay. Elias Root Tree was the founder and first president of the Root Tree Candy Company. You find what is essentially a propaganda site about him created by the Root Tree Candy Company, as per the usual. At the top, there is a picture of him and his wife Gwyneth. Was I an idiot? Was the mother's name Gwyneth? No, the mother was Brenda. What? Am I missing something? Their dad is the president of the candy company and their mom, Brenda, is a fashion designer. Is this like a scandal? Elias is the founder and first president. Wait, what? Their dad is also the... Okay, hold on. Who the heck is... Let me just... What is going on? Gwyneth? Before marrying Elias, Gwyneth Root Tree was Gwyneth Anderson. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Wait, maybe it's like a second wife, you know? Maybe... Freaking... Who is this? Elias here was like a widower. Wait, what? You have 2 wives? What's going on? Hold on, Brenda Root Tree. What is your guys' deal? Brenda Root Tree. You stumble across an auction for a black and blue dress. That's a Brenda White original. Yeah, it describes it as a vintage dress from before Brenda became Brenda Root Tree. So she's probably a second wife. Let's just note that down. Okay, yep, there's the enter Joe Korea, huh? Love to see it. Probably all caps. Second wife. Okay, in that case, let's go back now. Okay, so Elias Root Tree is the founder and man of the house of the Root Tree Candy Company. Elias... Just need a new Elias. Father... of root sisters first, and let's put that in a question mark just so we're not dumb about it. Wife was, what was her name? Gwyneth? Gwyneth root tree. There's also biography. Okay, Elias is credited for inventing. I just got a cramp in my foot. Oh my, wow, that's killer, man. Yikes. Okay, I'm gonna live with that now. I'm just gonna have this cramp in my foot. Okay, credited for inventing 5 pieces. Oh wow, man, there goes my foot. Okay, that's my foot. Wow, okay, just gonna really walk that off now. Just gonna walk that off. Just gonna walk that off a little. Okay, that's good. Yep, never been better. This is really good. I'm working on it. Okay, so if he's credited for inventing 5 pieces, that means, so, according, I don't need to write so, according to poster, means, oh no, I just do double equals 5 kids. Okay, perfect. I'll save that. Okay, I'm better now. A popular maple candy. Before that, the farm, if I arch my foot down like a millimeter, it's going to cramp again and I'm freaking out. The farm he inherited by marrying his wife. Okay. I should probably get down Gwyneth then. Gwyneth seems pretty important. Gwyneth, let's just first, another in question mark. Wife of Elias. Gave farm to Elias. Let's just make sure we know it's a syrup farm then. Syrup farm to Elias. After 5 pieces became wildly successful. Oh, thank God, the cramp in my foot is gone. Elias spent his time and energy on cementing his reputation as a family man. He is quoted on the site as saying, "Blood is thicker than syrup." What a loser kind of line. And that any child linked by blood to me shall be linked. What? Any child linked by blood to me shall be linked by blood to my legacy. I like that. Don't add that. I don't want that. The site enthusiastically claims that he made good on that promise, but offers no additional detail. What a puff piece. There are a few more quotes about Elias from a book called Family Man, The Root Tree Legacy. To say they are biased is a massive understatement. Below that, there was a long list of accomplishments and awards, and one stands out. Like his great-grandson Carl, Elias was voted Watchman of the Year. Okay. I think we should imagine that the parents are like the originators of them all, right? Let's say they're the originates. The originates, yes, perfect. And then we will call you, let's just call this page great-grandchildren. Well, okay, great. G-grandchildren. There we go. At least I'll have like a better idea now. Let's say Carl. I mean, I don't know how reliable this is, but I mean, it's probably something, right? Carl, a great-grandson. Indeed he was. Great-grandson of Elias. I guess it's important to know that he's, didn't say which year, but he was Watchman of the Year. Why unknown. Spelled like that. Perfect. OG parents, let's also just, I guess, make note that he was voted. I don't know why this is important, but write it down, right? Voted Watchman of the Year. Year unknown. That changes to RGB of my keyboard. That's not the right button. Okay, that's all we got from that. Let's go ahead and write some stuff down while we're here. So we know Elias and Gwyneth. We don't have any images, but I'm sure we could find it. Unknown. What? I know your name. It's Elias. I don't know why I didn't just like put the name down already. You were Gwyneth root tree. Right. You probably want like the original name, huh? Here, let's just search up Gwyneth Roottree. I think actually it's in my history, isn't it? It'd be fine if I just... Did I not search it up? Could have sworn. Wait. Get me out of my history? Thank you. Gwyneth Roottree me, please. Gwyneth. Just search this up and I'll add the name later. I can't be bothered to search up, spell Gwyneth. Okay. Please let me know that OG name was, in fact, Gwyneth Anderson. Thank you, Gwyneth. So you are not a blood relative, but you are pretty important, all things considered. She had no brothers, so as the oldest sister, she was to inherit the Anderson Maple Farm. Right, so long as she married. Before Elias took over, the farm produced only syrup. It was supposedly Elias's idea to create candy instead. Success was not immediate. Until they decided to combine the maple with other flavors, this led to 5 pieces, which are still found in stores to this day. Though the Roottree Candy Company expanded well, man, this does not focus on Gwyneth, does it? Expanded well beyond their OG farm and has been preserved as a tourist trap. According to their website, still daily demonstrations and educational tours that show off the many turn-of-century appliances that Gwyneth would have used as a housewife in the early 1900s. Okay, so your real name is in fact Anderson. Mr. Anderson. I mean, like in terms of occupation, it's kind of hard to say, right? Like you're like you're a farm inheritor, or like you're a co-founder, like what do you want me to say? President? I mean, you were co-president, right? President second? What do you mean second president? I mean, you weren't, right? Yeah, it's kind of hard to say. I mean, for sure, Elias Roottree was... Can I print something? To search produce evidence? Okay. For sure, Elias is the founder and first president, so we can put that down. Well, sorry, my bad. First president. And then let's get an image up. We have the images here now, right? Hello, images. This is a famous picture of Elias and Gwyneth Roottree, taken in 1909 after they founded the Roottree Candy Company, but before it was a success. From what you found searching the web, it seems quite difficult to find any site about Elias or Gwyneth that is not accompanied by this picture. They're unnotable. Yes, yes, yes. We get the idea. That is my house. I got a nice place, don't I? Look at this place. It's like a 1 room. I got 2 rooms actually. That's about it. I got a duck. I don't want to hint yet. Then I got my notebook, and I got a computer and a desk. That's all a man needs, isn't it? Computer, a desk, a radio, a printer. What is this? The alphabet Davis in the erased names of the Genesis family Doku? What am I looking at? Can I change the radio station? Let me out. I want to change my radio. Get some better tunes on than this jazz. Oh, so volume. That's cute. Although I don't really... There we go. Can I change the song? No? Permanently jazz? I got a great password. Password with an @ and an exclamation point. Doesn't get better than that. Can I play the game? Roottree. Root trees are... Okay, fantastic. How cute. I don't want to listen to that music, I'm not gonna lie. Get off here. So we have the images. Give me a lock-in then. Yeah, Elias. There you go. Is that not a lock-in? I need 3 more correct blood relatives. Oh, I guess when I get 3 right in a row, they lock in. I don't know what to list your occupation as. Actor, advertising. No, you definitely have an occupation. Architect, artist, author, baby. Cashier, CEO. I mean, you were technically. You're like co-founder. Housewife. I mean, you were technically a housewife, right? Like it says. Where was it? Yeah, many turn-of-the-century appliances that Gwyneth would have used as a housewife. Is this like saying, like, in theory, if she didn't marry like a prospective business individual, she would have been a housewife, or that she is a housewife? Because little Timmy's website over here says that Okay, right. I forgot that's too recent. What's a good? Where is your wife? Elias Roottree is the founder and first president. Wait. What did the teen's website say about the mother? Okay, it only says that the dad is the president of the candy company and the mom's a fashion designer, and then for Mrs. Gwyneth Roottree over here, yeah, she didn't really. She just had a farm, and then she like married into like a businessman who blew up the farm. So really might be your best bet just to say housewife. Okay. Let's consider that locked in for now. Who else is an easy pick from these list of notable Roottrees? Carl Roottree, that is the great-grandson we got, right? Great-grandson. We may as well look this up. Carl Roottree, huh? Oh, Carl. Wait, Carl's the one who died, right? In the blazing plane accident? Isn't that how that went? Sorry, wrong file. I think didn't Carl die? Is it just the Roottree sisters and their parents? I could have sworn the news guy says like Carl died, and I was like, no, Carl. I feel like that was pretty notable. Anyways, we'll search it up. No reason to stall. Anything's a start. Roottree, me please. Carl Roottree died in a recent plane crash. Yeah, okay, he did die. Along with his wife, Brenda. Wait, what? Hold on. Your wife was Brenda? I'm sorry, can I look at the Roottree sisters article again? Oh, okay, I see. I get it now. Okay. Gotcha. So when it says dad is the president of the candy company. So yeah, this is okay, Elias is the OG. So I made an assumption there. Wife was Gwyneth, so it was just Elias and Gwyneth. And then Brenda was the wife of Carl. That's all it is to it. OG name equals Gwyneth Anderson. Can I just copy and paste that into a different name? I would like that very much. First and wife. I would like to copy and paste. Can I just copy and paste? Please let me copy and paste. I think that worked. We were good to delete this probably. Well, let's just add this first. Boop, perfect. Perfection. You we can get rid of. And you were in fact, you are the actual father of Root sisters. Brenda was mother of Root sisters. And we should... Okay, so we need to really make it clear like as soon as possible, just so I'm not confused about Brenda being a grandchild. I'm not making new sections just for like spouses. Wife of Carl. Not blood. Okay, this should help. So now that we're done with that, now that we've got that under lock, more like, so Carl Roottree died in a plane crash with Brenda and her daughters, Roottree sisters. President of Roottree Candy Company at some point. So let's note this down. President of Candy. Don't know how far. I mean, it's probably the most recent one. You can probably guess it's just the most recent president, right? I mean, he just died, like literally. There was a short press release that the Roottree Candy Company released today. Okay. Let's just burn through this one. We mourn the loss of Carl. Entire Roottree family's in shock, requesting privacy. Head of company Carl was incredible. Filling in his absence will be bad. Blah, 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 blah. Accomplishments. One of them seems relevant. Like his great-grandfather, Carl earned a highly prestigious Watchman of the Year. Alright, we have got to see this. And it's probably 1998 or a little earlier, but we want to see Watchman of the Year, please. Oh, periodical, fantastic. I don't know what periodicals do for me. Well, I have the public library at my my disposal. Thank God for that. Okay. Business Watch magazine is a magazine focused on companies, CEOs, and the economy. They have been around for over 100 years in one form or another and will often write about major changes in management at famous companies. Every year, they offer an award to a prominent businessman who has furthered the field. They call this Watchman of the Year. Okay. You find through a few searches that 2 root trees have been, Elias and Carl. But I can go to periodicals now. Business Watch me, please. Keyword, I would like Carl. Carl Roottree was voted Watchman of the Year in 1987 for work with Root, not the candy company actually, which is interesting. Okay, while we're at it, we might as well get Elias on here. Elias Roottree was awarded in 1936 for what? Give me a second, I'm not reading it, so you'll have to wait. Accomplishments in rolling out 5 pieces for 5 pieces. Was 5 pieces really that big? That's crazy. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at these, shall we? Whoa, man, Carl, you are mogging the world with that jawline. Man alive. What's your name? Elias? Elias, you look like you belong in 1936. Oh man, this is a lot of stuff. I'm more interested in Carl right now, so let's go ahead and do this. Carl Roottree was voted Watchman of the Year. Let me just get these images. Was voted Watchman of the Year in 1987, and a photo of him appears. Blah 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 blah. Carl was not chosen for his work at Roottree, but for Root. Here's a brief history. Before they married, let's get to this down, shall we? Carl's wife Brenda was a fashion consultant. Okay. Formerly fashion consultant. When Raina was born, Brenda retired to become a stay-at-home mother. Okay. Did she ever come back to being... Let's just write it down for now. Became... I need the tab, please. Became stay-at-home mom after... just put down Raina. I'll understand it. Brenda retired to become a stay-at-home mother, looking for a creative outlet. She spent any free time she had at the sewing machine. Raina's new clothes were a hit with other parents, including Carl's cousin, Jim Roottree. Oh boy. How do I note this down? Okay. Let's do... How about this? We'll label great-grandchildren as Gigi, so Gigi cousins. And then your cousin was Jim. Let's just make sure we know it's a Roottree. I mean, it's a cousin, so it's gotta be a Roottree, but just for the sake of my sanity, I guess. Singer, who has daughter same age as Raina. Okay. By 1982, Brenda's patterns were being copied by other brands. Seeing the demand, Carl and his second cousin... Oh boy. So we gotta make sure we know this is a first cousin. First cousin. I need this article. First cousin of Carl. Okay. Now, who is this? Ernie Jr. Ernie Jr. was second cousin of Carl, who had just become president of Roottree at the time in 1982. Wait, really? Wait, what? What year is it right now? Isn't it like 1986? No, he had to be this like the second president, right? Ernie. Sorry, I don't need 2 Ernie Juniors. President of Roottree starting around 1982. Okay, other blood relatives who had a say in the company's finances refused to fund anything other than candy, so Carl personally spent his entire inheritance to bankroll a clothing company. I guess, I don't know, oh, this seems like, that seems interesting enough, right? For spending savings, inheritance. To bankroll. When the profits began to appear, the rest of the family changed their tune. What a surprise. They repaid his investment, and now Root exists under the umbrella of the candy company, and they all benefit. Okay, I do have things for companies. Perfect. Okay. I guess I should put down Root Tree Candy Company. Okay, so we need to to note, it's probably most important that we know that Root period exists under the umbrella, exists under, I don't know, how do we put it? Like candy company umbrella. I'll understand it, right? They'll benefit. Carl was voted Watchman of the Year primarily for his personal gamble, this paragraph, and the swing payoff. Per tradition, new clothes always debut the same way. Reina became the catalog's cover model. As she grew, the product line expanded to older kids as well. Her younger sisters were then recruited to show off the baby clothes. So Reina really was like the OG model. Sisters followed to support younger clothes. I need like a more tab. Close. This formatting is going to be incredible. Is it important to know that she's the one debuting everything? I don't think so. I think we're good just saving it like that. Yeah, look at that. That's a terrible format. Can't have that, can we? Let's just do this. I'm sure it'll look fine. No, I hate it. Whatever. It'll have to do. Okay. Okay, so what did we learn? We learned about his cousins, Ernie Jr. and Jim Roottree. We learned that Ernie Jr. was the president of Roottree at some point. And it's... Hold on. Where's, Carl? Yeah. Did it say when Carl was... He was president at some point, right? And how many presidents were there available at all? Luckily, we get like a hint here. We get 5 presidents. So it's likely that Carl was either the 4th or 5th president. 1980, Brenda had Reina at 1985. And Ernie Jr. was president starting around 1982. But the news reports all say that, that he was the president, right? Give me Carl Roottree. He was the president. Filling in his absence will be difficult. As head of our company, 1998. So he is the most recent president by far. I think he has to be. Let's just mark that down. Probably most recent. Okay. Oh, this work is making me tired. So we know that he's a great grandson of Elias. Great grandson. So this would be son. Oh, brother, there's a lot to work off of. But we have these stars here as well. So we have sons and daughters into grandchildren and grandchildren. Yeah. And then great grandchildren. So Carl has to be one of these two. Don't know who though. Spouse. Hard to say. Okay. Yeah. So it's one of these two is Carl. Wait, no, we know who. Yeah, because Carl's daughters were the Roottree sisters, so there's not even a question. So Carl, get in there. Your name is Carl. Carl me up. Roottree Carl. Your occupation? Well, don't mind me, but you are definitely the most recent president of them all. Let me move this mic. Excuse me for the sound it's about to make. You are by far probably the most recent president, right? Yes. Well done. Lucky me. 3 out of 50 blood relatives. 47 to go. Oh, sorry. 6 out of 50 blood relatives. I know after no letters. Booyah. Okay. So we know your spouse is Brenda, please. Brenda doesn't matter. Brenda White, probably. There's only one Brenda in the list, so it doesn't matter. And I guess we can add an additional image of this freak for no particular reason. I don't know why I need to, but I guess it's nice, huh? Just nice to have it there. Let me move this again. Okay. So we know your wife is Brenda. So someone else has to be a star and a grandchild. So good to know, I guess. Where do we go from here? Don't forget, family trees use surname from birth, even if the person changed their last names after marriage. I don't know. I read that and I don't know what that's trying to say, like in the slightest. Always use a person's most recent occupation. Okay, that's actually pretty handy. Man, a lot of people, huh? Like, what is this? What's going on over here? Like, this family tree is humongous. They split up, and then guardian. Oh, brother, a lot of work to be done. Okay, cousins would be like here, cousin. Yeah, that's how cousins work, right? Okay, so who else is a star? Let's just take it easy. Let's find another grandchild. We find a star grandchild, we know it's got to be this one. So let's just make it easy on ourselves. Probably not the person named Miracle Jr., I'm not gonna lie. Win Root Tree. Let's take it up with her. Okay. Oh, okay, so a well-known actress who was active in 1950s. She's not going to be a grandchild, right? I mean, Carl was in 1987 when he was like a young adult. Let's search up Jim Root Tree. Do I know Jim? Jim is the first cousin. And first cousin means that, yeah, this could be, so it's probably Jim. So let's look up more about Jim. Sorry, not this list. I want to know more about Jim, please. Jim Root Tree. Please, Jim Root Tree me. Thank you. James Root Tree. Okay, nickname it is. I guess that's fair. Who was really named Jim? Even Jim Halper from The Office was actually just James, wasn't it? Maybe. Jim. Let's just real name. Rela name James. Real name James. Singer who sings the duo in Jim and Diamond with his wife. Diamond LaRue. Okay. Can I move this if I need to? Can I not move these? It's kind of crazy, isn't it? Oh, there we go. Reorder. I was going to say. See if you can drag. Perfect. Good thing they allow that. Otherwise, it would be kind of crazy. Diamond LaRue. Diamond. We're probably going to have to find a real name. I really doubt the real name is Diamond LaRue. I mean, not sorry. The LaRue is real. Sure. Diamond. I kind of doubt it. If it is, though, it's pretty sick. You know what I'm saying? Diamond LaRue, done reordering. You are the wife of Jim. I want my spaces or else I will be mad. Wife of Jim. Singer. Okay, we can get rid of, we can put this line here. Has daughter same age of Reina. Singer in duo Jim and Diamond. Okay, the duo, according to many sources, is a one-hit wonder due to their disco song "Rollin' On Down to the City." What's that song? Sugar, we're good going down, baby. We're going down, down, baby, falling around. Ow, my elbow just popped. Sugar, we're going down. Something. Isn't that by like Coldplay? No, that's by. I actually don't remember the band name. 99 Dragons. Imagine Dragons? Is that their name? I mean, I know Imagine Dragons is a band, but who wrote that song? We're going down, down, baby, rolling around. Sugar, we're going down, swinging. I got a loaded gun, something. Cock it and pull it. I can't believe I played that in a marching band. That seems like an inappropriate song. Known one-hit wonder for rolling on down to the city. It's now in your evidence folder. Fantastic. Although Jim writes the majority, plays the guitar, and often sings, Diamond is considered to be the band's lead singer. What shade? The band never had another hit, but has its fans, so it's a cult classic, I guess. What is it called? An indie, not indie band. I mean, they are, I guess, but like when it's a cult classic, but it's not a movie, it's like a cult. It's a cult. Yeah, it's a cult. Who refer to themselves as Diamond's Dazzlers. Man, Jim really had no love, huh? The rest of their music is more folksy and acoustic than the one song they were known for. Jim and Diamond have continued to release music through the 80s and early 90s. Other albums you find mentioned are Cherry Tree and Sound of Laughter. Okay. Albums include Cherry Tree plus Sound of Laughter. Like the sound of music, but like you just made it a comedy parody, trying to steal from Weird Al. Jim has become a bit of a recluse and hasn't made a public appearance since 1996. Did something happen since 1996? Hasn't made a public appearance. Is this my real time? No, my real time is 8:10. It is not 7:49 p.m. That would have been cool, wouldn't it? I know games can do that. Since 1996. Okay. Where'd that saxophone go? I missed that saxophone. I actually don't. I do not miss that saxophone in like the slightest. Man, can you play a different song? Do you have any different songs on you? No? Do you only have like this? I want my jazz back. That jazz was doing me wonders. Okay. So we can pretty much say, I mean, we can go here and just, like, we're fair. Hold on, let's go to the evidence board first. Here is Mr. Jim. Wow, what a looker, huh? Diamond. Rolling on Down to the City, which was their hit song, unless it was the album? No, it was their hit song. Was a top 20 barely. For a few weeks in 1979, according to the liner notes, it satirizes how a part of society was content to remain indifferent to economic inflation and civil unrest in the Middle East, unless pop culture tricked them into caring. Somewhat ironically, listeners didn't seem to pay attention to the lyrics enough to trick them into caring, and they just played it at roller discos. That is incredible. Should I note that down? Nah, we'll come back to it if we need it, right? I'm sure I'll remember. Because it was such a product of its time, it doesn't get much play anymore, even on stations that play oldies. This image is from an auction for a sealed copy. It has a sticker that says, "Only the great-grandson of Elias Roottree could make disco this sweet." It is credited to Peter Janowicz from MMM. Is this relevant at all? Music critic from Modern Music Monthly. Let's just add a miscellaneous page, just in case this comes up again. Peter Janowicz. And you got this sealed copy. First off, I should know your details. What was your profession again? Your fan website. Used to work for magazine Modern Music Monthly. Okay, and the other thing I need to know about you is that you had sealed copy of, get out of my face. You had the sealed copy of, come on, I need the thing, man. I need to see the thing to write down the thing. I don't need the lyrics. Credited to Gina, blah, blah, sticker. Oh, I see. Okay. So what? I'll just say that he held the, had what? Copy of, I don't know, Jim's one hit wonder album. I don't think this is relevant, but I mean, just in case, we'll write it down. Jim Roottree, yeah. Lyrics of the song contains no clues, but you sure wrote it. We're rolling. That song from Devil May Cry, from Limp Bizkit. I'm sorry, don't say Devil May Cry. Call the OG what it is. It's from Limp Bizkit, the Rollin' song. I don't know the lyrics, but it's like, we're rolling. You know what I'm saying? It's like, when the bodies. I don't know. I actually just don't know the song. I'd play it, but I think that might strike everything down. Saturday night, and you're quite a sight. I'm not reading this whole thing. Does this actually, wait, does it? Satirizes how part of society was content to remain indifferent to economic inflation and civil unrest in the Middle East? Middle East. Inflation's rising. Jeez. Well, I guess if you're gonna be blunt about it. Politicians, bankers, parties, protests. I mean, I don't really see Middle East, but you know what? I am not one to really question that. Who is this? Gwyn Roottree? I mean, let's get the picture, why not? Okay, so we know now that we need our boy James Roottree, I'm sorry. James Roottree, who was a singer, if anything. Not a news anchor. We're gonna have a news anchor in here? Are you not a singer? I mean, what, like a lyricist? What do you want me to say? Like, firefighter, lawyer, media mogul, musician. There you go. And then you are Diamond. Is your real name Diamond? Wow, your real name really was Diamond LaRue, huh? You are this person. You look awfully similar to that person, I must say. Okay, so that's James. I'm fairly certain that's correct. Now, where to go from here? What do we learn from this? I mean, we could just keep going with the notable people. I guess we could also try and find out more about James Roottree, like his parents. You may as well, right? I already searched up James Roottree. I actually never searched up... What happens if I search up James? I mean, will that give me like the same thing? Same thing, okay. 1996. Can I just search up like 1996 and get like a thing? Shame. Only one person or concept at a time. Okay, fine. I'll let you have it. Let me see. What else next then? I'm fairly certain these are just right. Don't make assumptions, but you know. I also, oh, hold on. We also know that there's a daughter. Jim Roottree had, oh, also we need to look up Ernie Jr., second cousin of Carl. So second cousin would be, it would have to be like, so second cousin would be like one of these people because it's not the same great grandparents or something like that, I believe. Okay. I'm gonna blow up, brother. Let's just keep taking easy picks then. I don't see why not. I don't think we really have like a better place to be going off of right now. Was Gwyn Roottree a famous person? Gwyn Roottree? Alright, let's go in for that. Okay. Gwyn Roottree. Old films that are not yet available on VHS. The site is not well organized and the search is broken. But we can still get something. Gwyn Roottree, this is... Actually, who the heck is Gwyn Roottree? I'm going to have to put this in like miscellaneous for now because I don't know where Gwyn Roottree is supposed to go. I mean, she was in the 1950s, so it could be like one of these people, right? Okay. So it would be just a regular grandchild. I won't write it down as a grandchild right yet, but it's probably a grandchild. Okay. So, Gwyn Roottree. Somewhat well-known actress, okay, who was active in 1950s, appeared in tabloids, especially around the time of her highly publicized divorce. Perfect. Now I know that she is divorced. Had public divorce. Her biggest role was the minor hit movie Guys Like Us. Big hit. Like Us. Left after Christmas Mission. That does sound like a Hallmark movie flop, doesn't it? I say that, but all Hallmark movies are definitely not flops. All Hallmark movies are like at least a moderately successful business, aren't they? Here's a widely circulated picture of Gwyn from behind the scenes on one of her movies, which I took a picture of already. Did you know gaming? Did you know gaming? The medic from TF2 was voiced by Robin Atkin Downs. I don't even know if that's how you say it. Gwyn was the granddaughter of yeah, so she was a granddaughter. Okay, let's write this down then. Let's make a new page of granddaughter. Sorry, not granddaughter, grandchildren. This will be going above. Let's put this in order. So OG parents, we're gonna have to put in children above that, into grandchildren, into great grandchildren, into great grandchildren, cousins. You get the idea. Let's go ahead and copy this. Copy it up. Copy down. Copy that. Grandchildren. Do here. Save note. Go ahead. Delete this. Perfect. Where am I at? Grandchildren. Okay. granddaughter of Elias Roottree. Yes, yes, yes. Founder of Roottree Candy. She shouldn't have been named Roottree, but her father took her mother's famous name. Okay, that's actually fascinating. So in that case, we'd have to make note that parents' mother was, what was the blood relative? So Roottree blood relative. So we're actually not going to find her in the name dictionary thing, because, well, actually we can just use the first name unless there's two Gwens. But using the name dictionary, we can find out what her like father's original like sire name was. What's like the, they call it the maiden name, right? Like your mother's, if your mother takes your father's last name, they call the original last name the maiden name. But then what happens if the reverse like this happens? Does the freaking sire name, Sire Denathrius from Hearthstone, 10 mana, 10/10, infuse 2 after the nerf, 1 before the nerf, deal 1 damage to all enemies, deal 1 damage randomly split across all enemies, lifesteal? Is that a good bit? No, it's not. It's a terrible, terrible bit that no one will understand unless you played Hearthstone during Murder at Castle Nathria. And I didn't even play Murder at Castle Nathria. I just watched a bunch of videos on it. Father just took the family name. Okay. Okay, that's basically as much about Gwyn as we're going to get. So let's go ahead and, so who is a star grandchild? We know, sorry, she had a divorce. Split up. Is anyone else here divorced? No, and this is the only other star, so this has to be, I believe this has to be, correct me if I'm wrong, Gwyneth Paltrow. So, Gwyneth, how many we got? I mean, her name was like actually just Gwyneth, right? No, it's Gwyn? Oh, they just called her Gwyn anyways. It was Gwyn, right? Gwyn, okay, yeah, it is Gwyn we're looking for. And you were an actress. I mean, actor, sure. Your spouse, you had a spouse? I'm surprised that doesn't, you have a huge scandal and that doesn't show up on the divorce? Winifred, I mean, I can't search up 2 at a time, right? Oh, I can, cool. Okay. Had public divorce. You're searching for variations of Gwyn Roottree. You come across some mentions of a marriage to Wild Bill Williams. Jeez, with a name like that. Was he a cowboy? He divorced because he spent too much time on the range and not enough time at home? Okay, give me one more line here. Divorced for birth of the second child. Didn't even know you had a first child. That is news to me. Wild Bill Williams. Okay, so let's go ahead and write this down. I mean, wait. Wild Bill Williams? I mean, it's probably just Bill Williams, isn't it? So let's just get in Williams. Oh, okay. Wild Bill? Bill? Okay, I guess we're just searching up Wild Bill Williams, because none of those words appeared in there. Wild Bill Williams was the leading man of... Okay, I gotta write this down. I see Marilyn Monroe there, by the way. Wild Bill Williams. Okay. Wild Bill Williams. We at least have an idea that ex-husband of Gwyn. Okay. Leading man of some non-notable movies. Appeared in the adventure movie Fortune Favors the Grave. Who cares? He was known for good looks and Oscar romances, specifically with blondes. That's hilarious. He was married with 4 different times to 4 different actresses. Wow, okay. Am I right about this? Some mentions of a marriage to Wild Bill Williams. Okay. There's a famous Hollywood rumor that he even approached Marilyn Monroe and she was aware. Wild Bill grew up in Paris, France and returned there often. I mean, I don't really know how relevant that is, you know? I'll write it down. I mean, what happens if I search up like Paris, you know? Not much. Wow, what a terrible search engine. You search up Paris and nothing comes up? That's crazy. Let's save that note then. I mean, what else can I really do with that? If the name isn't on the list, it's not on the list. I mean, I'm sure there's like a more real name, but it's not an unknown male. It's just, if Bill isn't here, he's not here. I mean, what can I do with this? It appears I can't find any additional information about the film. It's like not a lot of info about him, is it? I mean, Marilyn Monroe? You never know, right? Maybe Marilyn Monroe said something about her. I mean, him. Oh, okay. Close enough. It's permanently 7:49. I'm in limbo. I'm in hell. Looking at these people forever and ever. Yeah, I don't know how... I don't think Wild Bill Williams is really that relevant. So we're probably done with this, honestly. Let's just put a question mark here because I'm not too sure. I mean, it could have been like a rumor. You know how those tabloids are, right? Okay, so that's Gwen. And we're at 6'9"? Nice. So we had 1, 2... Wait, hold on, what? We had 3, and then... Yeah, this was our... Yeah, Carl was our 6. So assuming we had Gwen right, James is our 7th, 8th. Let's get one more down, then we can get some progress. Red root tree. Let's... Wait. We have Jim already, right? Yeah, we have Jim. Let's go to Lauren root tree. Who are we looking for? We're looking for another everyone else is a grandchild. So it's really just who... Ooh, this is rough. They're kind of the same. They're both still married. They both have like a child, but that child's probably not going to show up. It's probably not going to be relevant. And they both came from like a regular family. But the only major difference is that this one has 1 sibling, this one has 3 siblings, so maybe that'll come up. Maybe we can use that. Let's just search out Lauren root tree and see what happens. Lauren me, please. Okay. This is a grandchild, so put it in the books. Lauren. Okay, and she was distant relative of the root tree sisters. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't need to write that down. Author known for book A Life Between Wars. According to a website about famous authors in the early 1960s, Lauren released a few romance novels under her married name. Okay, hello there. Married name was Lauren Rafferty. It's a little fanfare. Can I highlight this? No? Can I highlight something and it goes into notes? Do you hear that? What's it called? No, that's really annoying, honestly. Delete that note. I wish I could highlight it within my notes. When her publisher learned she had... Oh, the saxophone's back? Thank you. Wow, wow, wow. Wait, you know what I'm saying? When her publisher learned that she had been keeping diaries about her famous family, they insisted she release them under the original name Lauren Roottree to take advantage of the family's notoriety. Selection of diary entries released in 1965 spans... Okay, let's just get past this. As well as blah 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 kind of blah 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 blah. Show evolution in writing style. Okay, doesn't really matter, does it? After the success of her diaries, her publisher re-released her romance novels under the name Lauren Roottree. This included Romance in Court, which gained popularity. She followed... What in the world? She followed the re-release up by writing 2 new sequels, creating what fans refer to as the Court Jester series. Okay. Let's write that down. I don't know. This is like not relevant. Secondarily known for Court series. It's full name. Full Court Jester. Court Jester series. You find no recent details about Lauren, though she is listed as retired. Okay. So can we figure out... No, it doesn't really say... Okay, so her husband died in World War II. Okay, let's write that down. Let's put that as a subnote. Husband died. I can't type. I'm so out of it, man. In World War II. Okay. It goes all the way to Vietnam. Okay, so that's really all we need to know, honestly. So let me think. Is my mic okay on this? I hope it is. It's barely going into the... Well, actually, sticking at a classic negative 20 decibels is probably a good thing, isn't it? So I don't really think I can tell who... Also, I didn't get an image, did I? That's not good. I don't think I got an image. I probably would have seen a... Yeah, I didn't get an image. How much more can I learn about her? I need to kind of know more about her. Maybe let's just search up some of these books, yeah? Might be good. You do find it because the diary has been reprinted recently. It is available in a lot of libraries. Okay. My author's name is Lauren. Also, I may let me go back here because since I have to put in an author name, I may have to what is it? I'm printing out a Wikipedia page here, aren't I? I need to make sure I know that when she originally wrote Romance in Court, she released it under Lauren Rafferty. Used Rafferty name when releasing OG romance novel. What was the name of it? Romance in Court. I mean, maybe we won't need to use that info and it'll just stick to Lauren Roottree, but just in case, let's just remember that. Okay, give me back to the library, please. Jackpot here. Book occasionally taught in schools. You find a hardcover edition for students that has a full-page, high-quality pictures. Wow! Wowie zowie! A summary of the contents in this book. Photos as well as some of the particularly relevant entries from the diary have been added to your evidence. Okay. While we are here, can I search up Romance in Court? Well, romance novel by Lauren Roottree. The about the author blurb mentions that she had the inspiration from her brother Clancy. Oh boy. Okay. Clancy, you're up. Tom Clancy. Brother of Lauren. Also probably a professor, so lectured about Middle Ages. Professor? Professor? Yeah, you bet. What happens if I do Rafferty? Oh, of print. Re-release as Romance in Court. Okay. And then, just so I'm sure, we just know that it was called the Court Jester series. Can I search up Court Jester and get anything from it? And put you back as Roottree, please. Court Jester, okay. Yeah, not there. Fine by me. Oh, okay, we got a lot of stuff. Life Between Wars by Lauren Roottree. And this was you and your husband, probably, because this is about your husband who died in World War II. Okay. Lauren Roottree, yes. Published 1965, consists of diary entries that stretch from 40 to 65. Most important event was husband Jacob. Oh, we don't know your name yet. Husband Jacob died in World War II. Jacob died in the final months while Lauren was pregnant. We know that Lauren would have a son or daughter somehow. This left her to Clark. Okay. And then Clark would be great-great-grandchildren. So Clark is going to be the son of Lauren. Song of Lauren. Yep, you bet. Song of Lauren. I mean, every son or daughter is in fact the greatest song one can hear in life, isn't it? Son of Lauren. Okay. Clark's son of Lauren. What was that joke from Thor? My name's Agent Coulson. Son of Cole. Actually, fantastic joke. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. That was like a, you know, that was a little nose laugher. I just like, is that snot on my mic? By skimming the pages of the diary, you gleaned the following information. Oh boy, she was the granddaughter of Elias and Gwyneth on her father's side. Okay. Well, yeah, that makes sense because her last name was originally Roottree, so she is blood relative. So we don't need to write that down. That's kind of like just intuitive. Her mother family was called the Cosels, but she hardly ever mentions them. Okay. I'll have to write that down in her section then. It's a little far off from what we've got. Mother's family called Cosels. Her father, who she always referred to as Pop, was the head lawyer for Roottree Candy Company and helped write a legal document called the Clanced Trust. Okay. Father was head lawyer for Candy, helped write Clanced Trust, good relationship. I don't know how important this is, but I mean, relationship. Okay, we got a lot of stuff for Lauren. It's clear from context that the Rootttrees have an internal shorthand names for the different generations of their family. Lauren uses them often. Okay, hold on. We need to write this down. Gen nicknames. Okay, I need like this thing to be like longer. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, I've been using G. No, I've been using G for great. Gen name. Okay, perfect. That works. Put that up. We don't really need the root sisters, do we? But let's put them just below root sisters. Let's just copy and paste this whole thing here. No reason not to. Okay, that's terrible formatting. Let's get rid of that. Let me just make a contextual note then. Root trees have actually, okay, for this we can actually like, hold on. Just highlight that. Okay. So 5 pieces. First gen of Gwyneth, and let me move this mic. I'm sorry about this. This mic is tragic, isn't it, when I have to move it? And Elias's children. Okay, and Lauren's father. Yeah, obviously Lauren's father was because we know Lauren's a grandchild. Okay. Next generation. So that would be great. No, that would just be grandchildren. Grandchildren. Free spirits. Great grandchildren. And we know now from this that Lauren had a son, specifically not a daughter. Married name. Let's just put it after this statement right here. Perfect. Has a son. Fantastic. Okay. Do we have any images? Yes, we do. We just got the images of Lauren and your husband, Jacob. Sorry about that. Sorry, Jacob. So, oh, we didn't learn if she had like a brother or sister. We kind of need to know that just so we can figure out if she, I mean, we could brute force it. Like, we may as well, right? I mean, who would have more images? I feel like she wouldn't have that many. Well, let's just keep looking at the evidence. There's no reason to jump so quickly into this, yeah? Why do I still need to look at this? Oh, there's multiple stuff. Oh my goodness, brother. I'll look at that later. The 5 pieces were, I'm sorry, the first generation of Gwyneth and Elias's children, including Lauren's father. Was that right? Lauren's father, correct. Okay. Oh boy. 5 pieces. Who is this kid? Like this kid of the picture I just took. What? Like what? Who are you? That's crazy. Okay. I don't think I need to really. Next generation. And this would be Gwyneth or Gwyn. Wait, what was her name? Was it Gwyn? The grandchildren? No, Lauren. Gwen was the actress. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, I got it. I'm settled. So, Lauren. Is there anyone here that says Lauren? In an attempt to recapture the spirit of the 5 pieces photo of our generation, for old time's sake, we gathered on the warehouse floor. I wanted Eli to stand all the way to the left, but I was outvoted. They insisted to stand together. Okay, Gwen wasn't here. Grandma insisted we include Sam. I also didn't think it was fair Miracle made it in. This little kid here is probably a Miracle. Okay, that's not really... I mean, I can take a guess at who's who just based on looks. Well, actually, these two... Lady in green on the far right and Lady in blue next to her kind of look similar-ish, but whatever. Although, the one without a husband is probably a Lauren. Probably Lauren. Okay. I mean... Let me just see. Complaints... Okay, this entry seems to focus specifically on Gwen, who was a grandchild. Lauren's... Wait, we know that Lauren has a sister already, so we already... Well, everyone has at least, like... Both the starred people have one sibling at least, so it doesn't really matter. What we need to know if is Lauren had more than one sibling. But let's read this. It seems everyone has something to complain about. Gwen, who is an only child. Okay. That's pretty big. Let me write that down. Can I actually answer a lot of my questions just from knowing that? Only child. Oh, the sax is swinging. So am I. Okay, hold on. If Gwen was an only child, can I solve anything from that? That would have to mean Gwen is like here. Yeah, there's only one person. Wait, wasn't Gwen a star though? Gwen was a star though. How many more stars are there? One. Yeah, okay, no. I already knew that Gwen was an only child. Okay, that doesn't, okay, it doesn't matter then. Complaint of loneliness. I told her that being expected to watch after 3 younger brothers is perfect. That is just what I needed, actually, so thank you. Has a son. Has 3 younger bros. So now we know for sure that this is going to be Miss Lauren. Lauren, you are an author. Am I locked in? Fantastic. Well done, me. That is 9 out of 50 blood relatives. Only... What's the math? My brain is fried, I'm not gonna lie. What in the world? For LaRue Diamond... I've also... Oh, it just tells me what else. Okay, that's good. Nice. Ooh, yeah. Oh, and I got my, my handler back on the scene.
You're on a roll. I'll try to keep that momentum going. Carl's office was a mess, thanks to some burst pipes.
I can't press a button to keep this going. I gotta use a mouse click. I'm drinking water over here.
But I unearthed a photo from a 1970s root tree reunion. I also found some important-looking papers.
Paris, that's where Wild Bill Clinton was living at, or where he was from or something.
You've traced 9 blood relatives so far. I'll have more to share after you find 9 more.
Okay. I got a massive wicked loogie in my nose. I gotta get that out. Yikes. Okay. Who's this? Riot Girl and the Notorious Montejoys? Mystery Comics. Okay. So, let's just keep reading about this. During the summer where I went to stay with her and Aunt Margot. Aunt Margot is probably her mother, as in Gwen's mother. Let's write this down. Mother, yeah, Aunt Margot. Okay. So, mother's name, likely Margot. I hope she would be the sister I never had and that I'd do the same for her. I even tried to dye my hair blonde to fit in with 2 of them. What a mess, but she just complained. To her, I was the lucky cousin. Now she's off living with a glamorous life while I'm stuck here with Clark. Clark is your son? No, your husband was Jacob. I need like a search system. Oh boy, this is gonna get rough, isn't it? Elias Gwyneth. Can I bold it? Do I have like HTML? No. Shame. Clark. It's probably her son. Clark. Okay, let's just assume it's her son for now. Clark. Yeah, these notes are gonna get swamped, honestly. I need like a highlighter. Like 5 Sharpies and 5 highlighter colors. I must admit, seeing her everywhere contributes to my unhappiness. Her visage stares at me even now from my coffee table. She gets to be in starlet and tells tales of how she gallivants around the world, kissing the likes of Harrison Lane and Wild Bill Williams. She's the first root tree woman to be anything other than a housewife. And I am jealous. If I were not a single mother, could I make my own way in this world? But I'm off topic. A girl with all the luck in the world was jealous of me, and now, though I have been undoubtedly burdened by a terrible tragedy, I am also lucky to be born into a family that can support me for eternity. I can raise a child without worry. I just got this sinking feeling that like I'm not streaming. Okay, I am streaming. Thank goodness for that. Raise a child without any worry, unlike countless other widows. If any of them were to hear me complaining, they would rightfully scoff at me, just like I do at Gwen. Okay, that's the most we're gonna get from this, basically. Okay, Dynasty focuses on the day her grandfather Elias announced he would step down as the president and the meeting to determine his successor. We don't know the second president yet, so this probably is worth noting. OG parents. I wish I'd been a fly on the wall today. Clancy told me that everything got quite heated. Clancy is the brother of Lauren. Yes. Granddad was furious. Granddad is indeed this. Elias. Yeah, we don't know any of the children yet. Clancy told me that Granddad was furious none of his sons would take over as president, but that's what he gets for holding on to it so long. With architects, preachers, and lawyers, nobody's got time for candy. So with the 5 pieces refusing to step up, it came down to us next gens. This first gen, okay, 5 pieces were just the children, right? Pop argued at length, this is just a regular father, that the company should stay with our branch of the family since we still have the root tree name. I'm not even sure Clancy would have wanted it, but he's the one who was volunteered. Instead, it ended up going to Zach. Even though his surname doesn't match with the candy, he's the firstborn son of the firstborn 5-piece. Okay, so in terms of grandchildren, we got one more person. We got a guy named Zach, who is firstborn son of firstborn OG parent child. No. I'm not sure how that's relevant to running a company, but Granddad is a freak and likes nepotism. I asked Clancy if it ever came up that a woman could take over. After all, Angie's older than Zach. Okay, so there's also Angie. And I'm next oldest of us all, but he just laughed. Zach. Root tree, just to make sure that we know. Does this make 5? How many? There was a lot of grandchildren, weren't there? I feel like there were. Anyways. I'll never forget the cuss words Pop used when he told Ma it wouldn't go to us. Mother, ever the quick-witted, at least with catty remarks, countered back, maybe they wanted it to go to the only member of the family who looks like he samples the product. Okay, well, I mean, it's kind of subjective, but looks like he samples the product. Candy. Okay, that is the second. Diary entry Sam. He learned that Elias Roottree had given in to his wife and announced that Sam, an obscure relative, was to be included in family gatherings. Gwyneth had been pushing to include Sam for quite some time. Lauren writes, why Sam? I have many distant relatives I've never met. Okay, I mean, sure. Distance. Rels. Let's put this above companies, but below GG cousins. Sam, my man. Sam, please give me some green eggs and ham. Why yes, Sam. Why yes, Sam, I am. Obscure relative who Elias wanted to be in family gatherings? Okay. After all, Granny had sisters and Granddad had a brother or two, but I was told trim their branches from the family tree, so why is Sam special? Nothing adds up, and I'm not the only one to realize. Angie summoned all the next gens. Do I have an Angie here? Great-grandchildren, sorry, grandchildren. Yeah, Angie, okay. Angie summoned all the next gens to a secret meeting in Zach's office. We have Zach. Quinn's in Paris. Okay, she's definitely married to, what's his name? Wild Bill Clinton. Including Miracle's boys. Okay, spent ages trying to unravel the mystery. I didn't recognize Sam at Uncle Junior's wedding to Patsy last year. Okay, so wait, Uncle Junior. Uncle would mean. Hold on, wait. Let's make a. We need to make a new tab. So many tabs. So this is just the children now. So, Margot. Let's get Margot. Sorry about that. That's caps locks right there. Margot. Margot was likely mother of Gwen. Okay. That's all we need there. And then Uncle Junior. Junior. Name? Junior. I didn't recognize Sam. Uncle Junior's wedding to Patsy. So married to Patsy. At the reception, when I asked who Sam was, Pop shushed me and said it was complicated. Okay, that's always good, isn't it? Probably some affair. It's definitely an affair. Clancy swore he saw Sam working alongside the farmhands, EC and John, when he used to, I don't even know what those names could even mean, when he used to drive past the old Anderson farm on his way to work. Upon hearing that, Zach checked the records and managed to confirm all three are on the books. I mean, I'll write it down. I don't know what I'm really doing with this. Worked alongside farmhands, EC, like this is a name, not like a concept, EC and John. Do I have a John? I kind of don't think I have a John, right? No, Jim's James, Carl, Brenda, Clark, Gwen, Bill. I mean, okay, so skip every other because every other is like the spouse. Gwen, Lauren, Zach, Angie. I do not have a John. Unless, yeah, I don't have a John. Okay. Eli, Miracle's youngest, not my brother. Okay, I need to write this down for like Eli. Miracle. I just need to write this down so I don't forget it for later. So, part of the family. But how? Okay. Next up, we also know that youngest is Eli. Do we have an Eli? I don't believe we have an Eli, correct? Sam. No. Yeah, we do not. Okay. Apparently, when he was riding his mini bike alongside the farm a few weeks ago, Sam gave him some old tools and taught him how to make the bike's engine faster. When did bikes ever have engines? Unless it's like a motorbike. None of us think that proper for a multitude of reasons, but Eli certainly seems thrilled. At the end of the day, nothing explains why an outsider has cozied into family affairs. Especially one who works on a farm of all places. Whatever happened to blood is thicker than syrup? Why is Granddad making an exception now? And why did you put this in your wartime stories book? How about that, Lauren? Okay, final entry called Clark. Clark is... I can't memorize all these names. Can I not lie? Clark is son of Lauren. Okay, he's definitely the son. No one else is talking about Clark like this. Clark is getting married, and in my opinion, IMO far too young. He's barely 18, for goodness sakes. And Danielle isn't much older. Okay. Unless they divorced, married at some point to Danielle. But openly confronting them would make me a hypocrite. After all, Jacob and I got married at 16. Yeah, that is kind of hypocritical. Clark, like the rest of his generation, is a free spirit. What else do you call a group of kids growing up with more money than any one person can spend? They all aspire to be musicians and artists and dancers and all sorts of nonsense. You were a housewife author, so you got off pretty nicely, honestly. The only one who has any discipline is Carl. Carl, wife of Carl. What? Oh yeah, Carl. Carl was the one who died. Yeah. And Carl was the businessman. That's because Pop forced Clancy to send him to the academy. Clancy. So wait, we're on great-grandchildren? Clancy. I mean, if Pop forced Clancy to send him to the academy, it's likely that Carl is the son of... what was the brother? Likely son of Clancy. And then Clancy would be the likely father of Carl. Just because, like, who? I mean, it could be like a guardian, but like are you telling me that Carl is like an orphan? Maybe I'm just getting old, but our generation was never so bad. My brothers all seemed to pursue paths of knowledge, and the most rebellious thing any of us ever did was bring home someone who would be illegal to marry if we lived anywhere south of Penn. Pop seems to have gotten over it because Edward is set to take over his department once he retires. Okay, Edward. So Edward... So the person who took over after Elias was Edward. Or at least we think. Let's just put a question mark just in case. I don't feel too sure about this. Likely inheritor of president after... Who was it? Wait, no, because wait, none of the children were, what's it called? None of the children became, hold on, get this out of here, get this out of my face. None of the children became the president, right? Wait, it ended up going to Zach. Wait, what? Granddad was furious that none of his sons would take over as the president, so no children was ever the president. No, like, direct child from Elias was ever president. And then this says, no, so no child was ever president, so it went to a grandchild, and it ended up going to Zach. And then, maybe after Zach, okay, so Edward is likely... Oh shoot, that's not good. Edward is likely... My brain's racking it right now, I'm not gonna lie. So we know Zach... Oh, I didn't even write it down. Took second prez after Elias. And then as a sub note, we will make sure to note that he looks like a baby. And then, so maybe third president was, so if this was a grandchildren, great grandchildren, Edward. Do we have Edward on here already? Wait. Hold on, I'm a little too confused now. Let's mark him down as a misc. Edward. I need that book up again, please. Set to take over his department after he retires. Okay. So then we just need a note that he said that at all, honestly. Set to take over his, as in Elias's. Well, no, wait, shoot. Not Elias's, Pop. His, oh man. Lauren's dad's department once he retires. And then department was legal/lawyer, I believe. If we look to Lauren again, yes, father was head lawyer for Candy. Okay. As for me, my first published book, Swashbuckle My Heart, is based on the pirate stories I used to invent with Jacob. Jacob is your husband. When we were walking in the woods after school, okay, even my cousins are doing well. Zach's not a bad president. Yes, okay. So Zach is the second president officially after Elias, and his sister seems to be doing a good job raising her twins. I need to write that down. So you have a sister raising twins. Okay. Gwyn is Gwyn, but she came out of the divorce with her head held high. She even told us she might come home next year so we can meet her kids. Okay. Okay, well, let's write some stuff down. We have a lot to go through. So, first off, your husband is officially Jacob. And probably, yeah, Jacob Rafferty. Yeah, that lines up. Rafferty? Yeah, used Rafferty name when releasing OG romance novel. I could have just searched up Rafferty, admittedly. We can put down a picture. Okay. I mean, I might as well get this. Hold on, second picture here. This was the, hold on. Where was the Gwyn? Here it is. I'm gonna guess that this person looking mildly depressed is our girl, Lauren. Just without her husband. That's my guess. And she looks, you know, somewhat similar. Like, hell, swoosh on face left. Does this matter at all? Okay, I'll buy it. I'll say that that's actually Lauren. The hairstyle looks incredibly similar, doesn't it? Okay. So, what else do I now know? We learned a lot. We learned a lot from this. So, Lauren had a brother named Clancy, who was likely the father of Carl. Okay, let's go ahead and search up. Let's get some more info. We don't have a lot of info on Clancy. Well, we'll go through like all this evidence. But I don't think we need to just yet. That evidence mainly seems useful for getting like pictures, you know? Instead, I want to search up, no, Clancy Roottree. I just want to see if he is actually the father of Carl. That's mainly my big takeaway here. Really? He's not on the internet at all? Seriously? What about here? I mean, he's like a... Yeah, I don't search up Court Jester. Okay, they both need it. Really? You can't search up Clancy Roottree? Did I mess up the name? Clancy. Yeah, Clancy. Yeah, Clancy. Interesting. By the way, we still have more to find here, right? Like Miracle Jr.? We might as well take out the rest of the notable root trees. I mean, they're easy picks, or so they should be. Where's the last star? We should have two more, right? I don't see... You still have Miracle Jr. and Red Root Tree. I mean, if Miracle Jr. is like not part of the family, then... I mean, what? Am I oblivious? Where's the... Do I have 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I have 9. Where is... the second star? I actually don't see it. I mean, maybe it's just not on here. Anyways, I mean, if what? Miracle Jr. isn't part of the family, then we can pretty easily say that the last star that I can see and I'm not blind to is Red Root Tree. Let's go ahead and search up Red Root Tree. Okay. Strange historical facts. What in the world? Aloysius Herring Root Tree, aka Red, was an appointed judge and politician who earned his nickname ironically because he was the ambassador to Ireland for 6 days. Wow. He served what some people contend is the shortest term in history. A few days he was heard disparaging his position and Irish people. Okay, yeah, you go, Red. He then tried to run for state senate. He claimed to be related to the Root Tree Candy Company in a newspaper ad, but it came out that the last name was merely a coincidence and he was defeated in a landslide. Okay. This saxophone is crazy. Can I not lie? Oh, I really can just keep going to music. Groove by Kevin MacLeod. Kevin MacLeod? Man alive. Oh, I don't want to do that. Hold on. Let me turn this radio down just a bit. How do I turn this down? Get out of here, yeah? There we go. Okay. So let's put this in miscellaneous for now, because I don't really know how to put them. Okay. Aloysius Herring Red Root Tree. So, what do we know about this guy? What do we know about Red? So, officially appointed judge and politician, ambassador to Ireland for 6 days, and last but not least, tried to run... Wait, what? Wait, so his last name was a coincidence. So he claimed to be related to the Root Tree Candy Company, but his last name just happens to be Root Tree for Senate, but defeated. And then I guess like this is the most important fact if it's real. Not actually a true... I guess that, okay, then that would make sense, right? Why like I can't find 1 star on the corkboard. Because Red Root Tree is not like a real root tree, right? Isn't that how that works then? Probably how that works. Save that. I think we can find out more because on one of our evidence pieces was the Senate card. Also, what was this? Oh, it's a red herring. Okay, great. I mean, vote for Stephanie Jones. Buried under a ton of other mail. Flyer about candidate for local office Stephanie Jones. On the back is an excerpt. So there can be red herrings. That's good to know. Stephanie may have grown up in an unconventional family, to say the least, but in her words, it was still full of love. 22 years later, with a baby of her own due Christmas, her message is, love is our future. Handwritten note says, Carl, I know we don't see eye to eye when it comes to the candy company, but if you could talk to your girls about putting out a statement supporting Stephanie, she could use the publicity your daughters bring. Don't let our conflicts spread to the next generation. And it's probably the guy to Stephanie's right. I mean, is Carl even related? I mean, not Carl, CM over here even related to the Root Trees? Okay. I mean, since we know, let's just finish this list off and get Miracle Jr. That's probably our best bet, because Miracle Jr. would be the last one on the corkboard, and then we could get this down at least. It's always nice to just have something down, you know? So, Miracle Jr., what do you got? I don't want to highlight that. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Have I written Miracle? I have. Well, no, I wrote Miracle. Wait, is that Miracle Jr. or just Miracle? I need to read this again. Miracle, Miracle, Miracle. Where is the article about? Yeah, why Sam? Miracle, Miracle. Yeah, Miracle, not Junior. So I'm going to assume that Miracle should just stay Miracle for now. Okay, Miracle Jr. Let's look you up. Don't highlight that. Miracle Jr. does not go by his full name in promotional materials. Instead, he has shortened it to Miracle Jr. Televangelist who is part of the Miracle Network. He used to have a show that aired on local access across many stations in the northeastern United States. According to a website called Clergy Watch, he was exposed and subsequently charged with conspiracy to defraud the public in 1979 when he claimed to heal someone in a wheelchair. And then it was just his wife, Edith's sister. What? Like, her name was Edith. I mean, I guess you're calling yourself Miracle Jr. So the name Edith's sister is not like crazy. He also, oh, it is, okay, it's your wife, Edith's sister. The author mentions that Edith had a bit of a checkered past herself, but doesn't clarify. He has since lost his TV show and instead goes on tour across the southern United States, where he was not well known before the scandal. Okay. So, we know that Miracle Jr. is going to be, what's it called? Part of the what generation? Generation is called the next generation. Grandchildren. Grandchildren is here. Zach. Let's see. Does this line up? We have Gwen. Sorry. We have Gwen. We have Lauren. That's 2 out of... There's actually quite a lot of grandchildren, I'm not gonna lie. It lines up. There's so many grandchildren. So we know for a fact that Miracle Jr. is a grandchild. Okay. Let's start writing the facts down. Well, facts I say, but this is probably like half false and fake news. Okay. Televangelist of Miracle Network. I know there's like a lot of miracle kids in this family. Okay, what's your big thing? So, conspiracy with wife Edith, sister. Okay. That's all we really need to know, honestly. Although, if we could find out what he looks like, that would be good. We don't really have a way to do that right now, do we? Unless... What is this image? Carl and Brenda. Debbie. Okay, don't care about Debbie right now. Let's not focus on that. Gwen and the boys don't really care. Wait. Gwen and the boys. I might have to look through this later, because I remember Gwen had like 2 people, right? Like, wasn't it? Gwen had 2 people. No complaints. Kissing the likes of Harrison Lane and Wild Bill Williams. Let me just put this in MISC. Harrison Lane. Possible threesome? Possible 3. Some with I forget. I'm starting not to remember. With Wild Bill and Gwen. It's possible. Just because the boys is a little wacky. And this was the Free Spirits. Those are the most recent generation of them all. Okay. So, what's the news? Yeah, I know the news. Fantastic. So I am most interested in finding out more about Miracle Jr. How do I find that out? Who in this photo is Miracle Jr.? Let's be honest, probably the guy with the rainbow tie. I mean, you're looking for Evan Gallagher and Evan Televigan. You know what I'm saying? I guess we could also look up about Edith. Oh, but we don't know his name though. Okay, let's search up Miracle Network. This will be good. Miracle Network might get us more info about the family. Jeez Louise. Miracle Network. I should write this down. Company. This is technically part of like the companies. This is like a company, right? Miracle Network. I'm invested, aren't I? Run by the Miracle Root Tree Estate. Okay. I need to also then look up the Miracle Root Tree Estate. So, run under Miracle Root Tree Estate. Is this just a bunch of... Is this like a puff piece? Miracle Root Tree arrived so late in his mother's life, the doctor swore he wouldn't survive his first year. His mother and father, Elias and Gwen, named him Miracle. So there really was a child named Miracle. Miracle Root Tree, younger than his brothers and sisters by over 14 years. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? Younger than brothers and sisters by 14 years. With a birth that late, the final child of his generation was nearly torn apart by countless health problems, but still with the power of God and anime on his side. Final child of 5-piece gen. But still with the power of God and anime, he persevered. He triumphed over complications and even regained his sight to spread the healing word of the Almighty. Blind at some point? 23 years later, Miracle Roottree Jr. arrives, so this would be here, and became the famous family. Okay, so his name really was Miracle Roottree, which is crazy. And became the famous family's second vessel for the higher power. At 18, he unburdened himself from the Roottree name and took his father's testimony to a whole new level. Via the power of television, Miracle Jr. spread the gospel across the entirety of New England. He has since left a life of glamour and glitz to reach the places that need it most. Power of the Lord coming to a town near you. Okay, and we got some evidence. What I want to find out now is Edith Roottree, unless she didn't take a Roottree, which is very possible. Yes, I'm sure. Yes. Yeah, okay. What? Yeah, 2 T's, thank you. I'm losing it. Oh shoot, she doesn't have any info. She is just Edith is just taken it back right to Miracle Jr. Okay. Can I do conspiracy? Okay, no. Can I do can I do clergy watches? I don't think this will be relevant. No, it just brings me back to this. Okay. Okay, and we know the Miracle Network. That just told us more about Miracle Roottree himself. Okay, who's the youngest. Also, and do we need to continue to go from oldest to youngest? It's very possible. Siblings are in birth order. Was Lauren the youngest? I don't know if we ever established that. No, she was not, because Lauren had 3 younger brothers. So it was just the sisters who needed to be... Also, I know the name of his spouse, don't I? I mean, like, I know, like, the fake name. TMS. Okay. Actually, I don't know why I haven't searched up TMS yet. Let's just get the spouse out. Tommy Mark Sheridan. Sure. Tommy Mark Sheridan. This probably is not relevant, right? Since the end of Brother Trouble, he has been the cover of tabloids for drug use, blah. Yeah, okay, yeah, great. They married when 19 and 23? She was only 19 when she married? What's going on? That's crazy talk, yeah? Tommy Mark Sheridan. Tommy, my boy. Tommy, okay, that's not there, huh? Sheridan, Thomas, excuse me. Thomas Mark Sheridan. Okay. So. What do we know? We know for a fact that the person here has to be, what's his name? Miracle Jr. Miracle Jr. You were an well, hold on. Where was it specifically? You were televangelist. Thank you. Kind of hard to remember. Okay, you're not. Well, what else could you? I mean, you were preacher. Like, I guess you are, right? Students, screenwriter, retail, public speaker, professor, pro athlete, principal, presidents, politics, blah 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 blah. I mean, it's just a preacher, right? Yeah, you're probably just a preacher. Your spouse's name was, in fact, Edith. Don't know more than that, but that's all we need to know, I guess. Edith Jacobson, probably. We'll find out if that's right later or not. Okay, so now that we know that, oh, is this? Oh, perfect. Miracle Jr. That helps. It helps just to have the image right there. Miracle Jr. Who could this be then? The guy in sunglasses. Maybe that's just Miracle. No. Wait. No, Miracle, not Junior, just Miracle is a child of the big two. Miracle Jr. is then a grandchild. I'm going to guess this is still Miracle. Oh, once I verify it, I have to. Okay, once I verify it, I can put the images in. Sure, whatever. How many have I put in? I feel like 1. This is like Miracle Jr. If I leave now, I'm gonna forget everything and I know it. Okay. Do I need to read anything about this? Notable root trees, special appearance. Miracle Third and his wife, Nicole. Miracle Third would, of course, definitely be the great-grandchildren. Probably. Right? Yeah, because if... Well, hold on. Let me look at this tree again. Great-grandchildren. They're probably not great-great-grandchildren. Okay. Let me just write it down as a great-great-grandchildren. Also, these great-grandchildren cousins shouldn't be in a separate tab, should they? They should probably all be in great-grandchildren. Whatever, we'll keep writing. So, Miracle Third. Probably a great-grandchild. We also know wife equals Nicole. We will both youth pastors. Okay, perfect. Okay. So, we have all the stars. I mean, I think this is all right. And we know now that this is Miracle, but we don't know... Wait, if you regained his sight, and he was the youngest, so we know he was the youngest, and this has to be Miracle. And he looks hella young. I mean, let's be honest. Miracle. Now I don't really know his occupation. Let's just search up Miracle Root Tree, see if we can find out his occupation pretty easily. Right. He persevered. He regained his sight to spread the healing word. He's probably just a pastor. Or whatever. Okay, he's gonna be, what's it called? What was the name of it? Probably televangelist preacher thing. I mean, he used via the power of television, but it doesn't say televangelist, so just say / preacher. That works out. Okay. Get me to the playing board, please. You are, what was it? Preacher? Is that what we're calling them now? Preacher? Yeah. I mean, is there pastor? Youth pastor? I'm kind of guessing with the occupation because this is like broad strokes, but whatever. Was there a wife, by the way? Yeah. I'm sorry, Miracle Jr. was a televangelist with the TV. Miracle himself was probably just... Yeah, Miracle wasn't a TV guy, but he still was a preacher. Okay. If I get one more person, we'll have another 3 out of, what? To lock in. I would like to lock in before we go for tonight. Who else can we lock in? We can try and lock in Gwen's mother, because I know we have an idea of her name. Margot Roottree. Let's see if we get this right or not. Margot Roottree. I spelled it right. Margot? Okay. It was a good try, yeah? Hold on, we can try and cheat the system a little bit here. If we do... Margot Light Roottree. Okay. Margot Light Roottree. Really? She's not on here. Okay, let's look at the evidence board again then. Let's just see if we can get any easy picks. Jeez Louise. Who do I want to go for? Gwen and the boys. I mean, I can take a picture of Gwen and put it on the secondary picture list. Where's Gwen? Hello, Gwen. Gwen? Okay. Let's see. We want a blood relative. Who's our best bet for a blood relative? We don't know any of the children, really. Roottree Lauren. We never learned about, like, her... Wait, yes we did. We did learn about her brothers. We have a huge brother, like, right here. Not son. I want to learn more about Clancy. Clancy seems interesting. And we know he's a professor, or at least he's lecturing, so... I mean, who really else lectures, right? Like your parents? Clancy... Or is this not going to be... Shoot, not online. And if we did Carl Roottree, that won't say anything about his father, right? Yeah, you died. Okay, yeah, nothing there. What other evidence can I get then? CM. Okay, you know what? Let's just start from the beginning. Stephanie Jones. Let's get her foot down. Stephanie. Okay. Stephanie Jones. No mention of Roottriees. Bare Bones website. Be sure to read the full article in the Butler County Times. Okay? Just give me the whole thing. Don't make me work for this, yeah? Butler County Times. Hello. Butler County is located outside of Pittsburgh. Roottree Company has its headquarters in the city. Company began on a small farm within Butler County limits. Presumably a local paper. Likely articles involving the Roottree family and those adjacent. It's been automatically added. A video game called The Rootttrees Are Dead was once set in Butler County, and it turns out the creator never lived in or near Butler County, or even had any connection to Butler County. Oh, I see. It's the game I'm playing. Yeah, very funny. Fantastic. All right, periodicals. Butler County Times. Just no keywords? Okay. Hold on. Sorry. Can you give me what Stephanie Jones had? Full article. Okay, the article was called "Vote for." I don't know. Just search up like Stephanie Jones, right? That'll do. Stephanie. Correct magazine or newspaper name. Hold on. Correct newspaper. On the back is an excerpt from a newspaper article from the Butler County Times about her campaign. I need to figure out the full title of this article. Was it on Spider Search? Candidate for city council, won her campaign. I mean, yikes, this is gonna be rough. What was this? Newspaper in Butler County will have articles about notable businesses, events, and people local to the area. Okay. I mean, I don't know. Is the article title literally just "Vote for Stephanie Jones"? Newspaper article from Butler County Times. Are you sure I can't just search up Stephanie Jones? Yeah, there we go. I guess I was looking at the wrong thing. The most recent mention of Stephanie Jones is a small report. She won. Full version of newspaper clipping at the back of the campaign mailer. Stephanie Jones. Wait, okay, hold on. I need to just keep reading. Stephanie Jones, born Stephanie Landon, lived in Butler County her whole life. Stephanie grew up in a home without a father. Without my mother and her partner, I essentially had an entirely female influence, though she is a distant cousin of the Rootttrees. Her mother, Caroline, a local artist, has often come out as opposed of the corporation's policies. Okay, first off, do I have a distant cousins page? Distant relatives, perfect. So, Stephanie Jones, who is, in fact, distant cousin of Rootttrees. Stupid little A. Mother is Caroline, who is artist, who has appeared. Okay, I'll search more about Caroline Roottree after this. Okay, and that's all I really need to know. Now I want to know more about Caroline. Probably not Jones. Give me Caroline. Yeah, very funny. I know that. Yeah, okay. You got me there. I didn't mention her. Yeah, there we go. Brian Jones. Married to Brian Jones. But the initials on the Oh, wait a second. Okay, so it's probably the mother, right? Because the mother didn't see eye to eye with the company. So where's that name docket list? Caroline. No, we're looking for a woman. Caroline M. Morden Caroline. That's who we're looking for. Morden Caroline. Morden. Okay. Good. You find a cover story about local art installations, including one by Caroline Morden. There isn't much about Caroline as a person. It's mostly a listing of art. She seems to get top billing. Accompanying the story, there is an image of Caroline standing. Let me write this down. Caroline Morden. Just make sure we know. Mother of Stephanie. Image of Caroline standing beside a large metal sculpture of a mermaid. Caption: Caroline standing next to her sculpture. Wow, what a caption. The sculpture is one of many works featured in her upcoming book, Self-Portrait Art and the Beauty of Woman. Okay. Book. Sure, wrote book. Self-Portrait Art and the Beauty of Woman. I don't know why I didn't like double quote that. I'm gonna be so honest with you. Okay. According to a quote further down, Atlantis' burden is meant to symbolize society. Okay, it doesn't matter. Picture had on the front page has been added to your evidence. I would like to see that, please. And then I'd like to search up the book. So this is Caroline Morden, though we don't know where she's going to belong on the corkboard here. We know she's distant, but still. What's all this? Who knows? Okay, I need to search up in the public library. Author name is going to be, I'm sorry, can I get this? Thank you. I want a Caroline Morden, please. Who wrote the book just copy and paste this. There we go. Thank you. Okay, mostly black and white pictures of Caroline's art. The centerpiece is a series of full-colored nude self-portraits at different ages, stretching from 25 to 30. Thank goodness. They certainly have not been added to your evidence. What a shame. In the intro, Caroline talks about influences. She was one of the youngest in her generation, and in her late teens, she felt betrayed when her sister Gwendoline and cousin Bonnie gave up on dreams to settle for boring men. She especially dislikes brother-in-law Dr. Wilson, who she calls completely bogus. Their marriages led her to double down on art and the environment, and married a man who was the opposite of boring, who was an overcorrection. Comes out strongly against Root Company's effect on the environment, and rues how she was not able to convince her father Zach. Okay, let's write all this stuff down. Father was Zach. Explains the marriage to Mark. Married to Mark led to the most volatile moments in her life, all negative. Jeez. And that the only good thing he ever gave her was a daughter. Leaving them all behind for you. Left them all behind. That's crazy. Okay, also we need to note down that youngest in generation. I don't know if labeling them as the youngest is like important at all, but okay. Had a sister Gwendoline and cousin Bonnie, brother-in-law Dr. Wilson. Is there someone with just one sibling who we can try and make something out of this? Distant relative. There are a lot of people with just one sibling, unfortunately, and a lot of people with cousins, if you can believe it. Did she divorce? She didn't. Did she divorce? I mean, it doesn't really I mean, it says she left them all behind for good. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Married to Mark. Apparently left them all behind for good. And that, my friend, is in quotes, not my statement. I mean, we could try and make a... Is she an artist? She'd be an artist, probably. We could try and make a connection here. Because if she left... I mean, there's... Wow, what happened? I don't think she married twice. And no one else divorced. What's going on here, by the way? Split up and... I don't even know what's going on. Oh, actually, you know what? I have a good idea what's going on. I mean... No, no, wait, hold on. It's a distant relatives. This would be... We could try it. See if we... I mean, if we get it locked, we get it locked. Caroline Morden. Okay. Caroline Morden. Artist? Or is this right? Oh, look at that. That's some deduction, isn't it? That's some great deduction. Okay, so we locked down Miracle, Root Tree Miracle, Miracle Jr. and Morden Caroline. Fantastic. Booyah. And that's what we're gonna call it, because holy moly. My brain's killing it. But is this saved? Do I need to like save this myself? Save and quit. Okay. Nice. The root trees are dead. Alright, well thank you for joining tonight's meeting. Got some great progress, I think. My throat's dying, my brain's fried, but it was fun. Honestly, this was a really good game. I quite like this game. But next time, we will literally just continue with this. I don't see why I wouldn't continue. Go get some sleep, do whatever. Bye-bye, adios. You get the gist, right? See ya.